So what is the truth about karma, and do you believe, and do you think it matters whether you believe or not? I mean, let's start there. Does your belief in truth change truth? Does your belief in karma change karma? I mean, gravity works whether or not you believe in it, and even if you don't, it still works. So here's what I've found out about karma so far, is that it seems to be a free will zone thing, and we're in a free will zone. Earth is a free will zone, so I think even the controllers of the planet adhere to karma. I mean, they need to, by agreement, foreshadow a lot of what they're about to do, probably in order to subvert or avoid karma, because then it becomes our free will if we fall for that. This is to them, after all, a chess game, and they make the moves, and whatever moves we make in the game are on us, not on them, even if they slant the game in such a way that we have little choice but to make horrible moves. I mean, think about something like a walk the plank that the pirates used to do. Do you think walk the plank is karma on the pirates? Because in a way, isn't it your own karma if you're forced to walk the plank and you die in the ocean? I mean, you get a choice between getting shot or walking the plank. If you get shot, is it on the pirates? Or is it on the pirates anyway because they put you in a horrible situation where you have little choice but to walk the plank and just hope for the best when you fall into the ocean? So is that a karma? Is that on you if you died walking the plank? Interesting considerations. There's also a positive aspect to karma in that what goes around comes around obviously means that whatever charity you're doing will return to you. I mean, the pagans refer to a tenfold return. So that's also possible, that you're better off being in service to others, because if this is a goes around, comes around universe or free will zone, then good stuff comes to you if you do good stuff, and good intentions come to you if you have good intentions. Which brings me to the next point, is that karma might actually be about intention, and that it's not so much your actions that come back to you as your intentions that you put out that return to you. So, for example, the ancient Hindu example is a man walking and killing ants inadvertently while he walks. Is he going to get that karma back to him? And the guru in that case said no. It's about intention. So if he intended to kill the ants, he would get the karma back. But if it's not his intention, nothing comes back. So that's interesting. It means that the universe acknowledges if something happened intentionally. If your intention was negative, you'll get that back. And then there's another aspect to karma, which is, does it have to do with punishment, or does it have to do with teaching you a spiritual lesson? And I feel like it's closer to the last one. It's a spiritual lesson, because what you put out is what comes back. So if you're a horrible person, you put people through hell, you got to get that back at some point, because how would you get insight into that otherwise? I mean, by that rationale though, does a wife beater come back as a wife that gets beaten? Does that make wife beating okay? If you had some sort of spiritual insight into the fact that this was a wife beater before, so it's all okay now. And by another measure, or by the same token, a rapist, does a rapist come back as somebody who gets raped? Does a pedophile come back as a child who's the victim of a pedophile? These are interesting contemplations. Is that what karma does? Does it necessitate multiple lifetimes to learn spiritual lessons, or are we in a time where everything's accelerated and we're actually facing multiple lifetimes worth of karma, if you will, in one lifetime. There's a lot happening at the moment. We're going through a lot at once, sort of sorting out the dregs before we move on to something higher and better. In the end, I think you're safer living as though karma is real. You got nothing to lose. I think that what you should do is realize that the culture has changed from each man to himself and has become something closer to we're in this together. And so service to others is the way to go. Definitely serve as many as you can wisely. There's no sense in facilitating somebody's bad habits. And by the same token, if you're serving somebody in such a way that they can progress spiritually, all the better from a karmic point of view. Stay tuned for more.